Okay, let's look at some epic simile essay practice and how you should attack each epic simile as you write an essay on it. So if we look at the first epic simile, weak as the doe that beds down her fawns in a mighty lion's den, her newborn sucklings, then trails off to the mountain spurs and grassy bends to graze her fill. But back the lion comes to his own lair, and the master deals both fawns a ghastly bloody death. Just so what Odysseus will deal that mob, ghastly death. So the first thing we always want to look at is find the words like, as, or so. And if we look here, we see weak as the doe and just so what Odysseus. So we know that on either side of those words are the two things that are being compared. And what's being compared? The doe that beds down her fawns in a mighty lion's den, and Odysseus, and the mob. And the mob, or the suitors, are the does, and the lion, of course, is Odysseus. So if I was going to write an essay on this, you'll notice complete sentences, 3 sentences. This epic simile compares a female deer that makes her home in the den of a lion to the suitors that make their home in the house of Odysseus. What it displays is that the doe, though seemingly at home, has put her children in danger, for the lion returns and kills them. In the same way, Odysseus returns from his voyage to find the suitors in his home and deals them a ghastly death. And I've quoted the text, and I have walked through not only the comparison, but 2 sentences that really give us a good idea of what the comparison means to the reader as he or she looks at it. All right, so that's one example. Let's look at a second example. Think of a catch that fishermen haul in to a half-moon bay in a fine mesh net from the white caps of the sea, how all are poured out on the sand in throes for the salt sea, twitching their cold lives away in Helios's fiery air. So lay the suitors heaped on one another. And again, we look at the epic simile, we look at the very top, just as a catch. So lay the suitors. And we see the words as and so. And so now we can begin to say, okay, so what's being compared? And what is being compared is a catch that fishermen haul in is being compared to the suitors. And we see that the suitors are heaped up. We also see that this catch of fishermen are poured out on the sand, twitching their cold lives away in the hot sun. So now I write my essay. In this epic simile, the suitors are being compared to fish that have been brought in by fishermen in their nets. Specifically, the pile of dead suitors are compared to dead fish piled in a boat, lying in the sun after a day's haul. This simile conjures images of rot and decay, of stink and death, which is exactly what Odysseus has brought down upon the suitors. And we see they're heaped on, just piled up, like fish that have been caught by the fishermen. And again, we see a response that's 3, maybe 4 sentences long. Words are capitalized that are proper nouns, like Odysseus or Telemachus or Polyphemus. Each sentence is ended with a period. Things are spelled correctly and whatnot. Alrighty? So when you attack your epic similes, make sure you do just like I did. All right, good luck.